The music's, the spotlights, the people, the towns, the baggage with the labels pasted on. The opening when you think you're gonna die. There's nothing so theatrical. And why? There's no business like show business, like no business I know. Everything about it is appealing, everything the traffic will allow. Nowhere could you get that happy feeling when you are stealing that extra bow. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Even with a turkey that you know will fold, you may be stranded out in the gold. Still you wouldn't change it for a sack of gold. Let's go on with the show. The costumes, the scenery, the makeup, the props, the audience that lifts you when you're down. The headaches, the heartaches, the backaches, the flops, the sheriff who escorts you out of town. The opening when your heart beats like a drum. The closing when the audience don't come. There's no business like show business, like no business I know. You get word before the show has started that your favorite uncle died at dawn. Top of that, your ma and pa have parted. You're broken hearted, but you go on. There's no people like show people. They smile when they are low. Yesterday they told you you would not go far. That night they open and there you are. Next day on your dressing room they've hung a star. Let's go on with the show. Let's go on with the show. Hello, Facebook, and happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome to the show. I'm sorry we've been absent quite a few weeks, but we were celebrating our 100th, was it our 100th show? No, it was our 2-year anniversary, gosh, a few weeks back. Yes. And then last Monday we had, or Monday just gone, we had our live in London gig at the Crazy Coqs, which was an almost sellout, 3 seats. I think we can class that as a sellout, can't we? So very exciting. We've got lots of things coming up. And today we're going to celebrate some musicals, aren't we, Andrew?
Yes, we are. So took me by surprise.
Yes, I like to keep him on edge. So if you've
The
never...
slider wasn't up, dear.
Oh dear. If you've never been to the show before, I'm Dinah O'Brien. Ordinarily, we would have Becky O'Brien, my other sidekick by me. However, today she's spending time with her kiddies because that's important too. Yay. And in the corner, we have Andrew on comments, so he's ready to receive you all. If his slider's working. So make sure you get down your comments, who you are,
Hang on
where you're watching from.
Wait a minute. Have you morphed into your sister?
Apparently I have.
With the slightly rude comments?
Oh, yes. Apparently I have. And I'm going to put this disclaimer out, which is such a lame excuse for a singer. But I'm still suffering with a little bit of sore throat and fatigue, shall we say. So I'm hoping I get through the show. I didn't want to disappoint the audience because I'm that much of a ham. So I wanted to put the show on, but just bear with me. If my voice cracks out, we just go with it. We roll with the punches. So I'm going to lead us. Yes, Andrew?
Does COVID make you pluralise words?
Yes,
like
apparently.
Music?
Yes.
Musics.
Musics, yes. I'm going to kick things off with a bit of Kiss Me Kate. I hate men. I can't abide them even now and then. Then ever marry one of them, I'd rest a maiden rather. For husbands are a boring lot and only cause you bother. Of course, I'm awfully glad that Mother deigned to marry Father, but I hate men. Of all the types I've ever met within our democracy, I hate the most the athlete with his manner bold and brassy. He may have hair upon his chest, but sister, so did Lassie. Oh, I hate men. I hate men. They should be kept like piggies in a pen. Don't wed a traveling salesman, though a tempting Tom he may be, for on your wedding day you could be off to far Arabia. While he's away in Mandalay, 'tis she who'll have the baby. Oh, I hate men. If you should wed a businessman, be wary, oh so wary. He'll tell you he's detained in town on business necessary. His business is the business which he gives his secretary. Oh, I hate men. I hate men. Though roosters they, I will not play the hen. If you espouse an older man, though girlish optimism, he'll always stay at home at night and offer no criticism. Though you may call it love, the doctor calls it rheumatism. Oh, I hate men. From all I've read from A to Z about them, seems love is blind, and from the mind all womankind should roust 'em. But ladies, you must answer to, what would we do without them? Oh, I hate men. Ugh. Shall I come over to you in the corner, Andrew, for some comments?
Bit angry, wasn't it?
That one was from the heart.
Yes, yes. And I'm going to ask our wonderful, wonderful astute viewer. Oh no, it's done that thing again. Let me just reload the page. I'm going to ask our wonderful viewers if they noticed every time you sang "I Hate Men,"
Yes.
your eyes flippled over this way.
It was just because you were the only man in the room.
Right. Well, good evening, Facebook. It's lovely to see you all. As Dinah said, we were out the other week doing our strutting our. Well, they were strutting their stuff. I was.
Oh, you did a bit of strutting on the piano.
Well, more sitting,
Yes.
really, more sitting. But got to meet. We got to meet Jane Collins. Got to meet
Mikey
Michael
Webster.
Got to meet loads of people. So it was wonderful. Thank you, and thank you to everybody.
And
who
we
came.
were really fortunate that the co-composer of the film, Simon Chamberlain, came to see the show too.
Which film, Dinah?
Of our film that we were in, Mrs. Henderson Presents. So that was, our show was called the O'Brien Sisters Babies of the Blitz because it was a VE Day show, like today.
I
VE
did
Day.
not know you were in that. You have not mentioned
Yes,
it.
just once or twice. So we were really fortunate, and lots of friends and family, and lots of strangers too, who came to book the show just on the off chance that they would like it, and they did.
Yes.
So that was a success too.
Some of my family came, and they don't come much stranger than that, do they? Let's be honest. Right, good evening to Joe. Say good evening, all your usual suspects. Shared and looking forward to a fabulous show. Thank you, Joe. Evening to Paul Watson as well, and to Barry Tanner, to Leslie, to Rick Star James, and Jill Brandt. Hello, Jill. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the hot tub this evening. She said, good evening, everybody, and what a beautiful evening it is.
It is a lovely evening.
Becky O'Brien.
Hello.
The absentee performer, said good evening all, and Jane said because she can't stay with us this evening because Jane is off
She's
doing something with wolves.
We're not doing something with wolves. So she had a a spectacular birthday present
Yes.
from one of her friends, where she got to sleep amongst the walls,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah. So I can't wait to hear all about that, Jane.
Jane, you are braver than I am. So Jane said because she can't stay with us this evening, she's giving you some stars.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you,
quite
Jane.
a few.
I forgot to say, it's because Becky's not here. Please share the show,
Oh yeah.
because that really helps us. And if you want to, you can send Facebook stars. And if you really want to, there is a pinned comment, which is a PayPal account, so you can leave a virtual tip, a little monetary gift, if you will. But there's no obligation. But please share the show, because that does really help us.
Genuinely does. It really does. Great opening number, Dinah. That's from Joe. Lyrics are so true. Mike Alford said, hi, Dinah. Alan Seigel said, hi, everybody's. His machine is behaving itself. That's good to know.
Yay!
I'm really pleased about that, Alan.
It's 2 weeks in a row.
And so delighted to be joining you all. And oi, oi, Bex. Good evening to Jean Alexander and to Roger Stevens. Round of applause from Joe, from Barry. And Rick Star James says, share on, guys. D is legendary.
Thank you so much, Rick.
And, oh, hang on a second. Joe said, I love being received by Andrew.
Doesn't everybody?
Joe. And Rick Sargent said, I hate men. Brilliant. Standing ovation.
Oh, thank
shared from Leslie Hanscom. More stars from Rick Sargent and bravissimo from Paul Watson.
You are all fabulous, and stars too. So I'm going to
I hit
take
the wrong
us in.
button there.
Are you off?
I'm off, yeah.
Thought I could smell you. So I'm going to take us into another, little bit more of an obscure song. So let me just pop my tea down. So this song is from a musical that not many people know. It's called Once Upon a Mattress, and it's basically the story. It's not that kind of show. It's basically the story of The Princess and the Pea. And I believe when it was on Broadway, it was Sarah Jessica Parker and Carol Burnett who were in the revival. But this is a fun song, much along the same lines as I Hate Men. See, sense of theme here? They all lived happily, happily, happily ever after. The couple is happily leaving the chapel eternally tied. As the curtain descends, there is nothing but loving and laughter. When the fairy tale ends, the heroine's always a bride. Ella, the girl of the cinders, did the wash in the walls and the windows, but she landed a prince who was brawny and blue-eyed and blonde. Still, I honestly doubt that she could ever have done it without that crazy lady. With the wand, Cinderella had outside help. I have no one but me. Fairy godmother, 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 where can you be? I haven't got a godmother. I haven't got a fairy godmother. I have a mother, a plain, ordinary woman. Snow White was so pretty, they tell us, that the queen was insulted and jealous when the mirror declared that Snow White was the fairest of all. She was dumped on the border, but was saved by some men who adored her. Oh, I grant you, they were small, but there were 7 of them, practically a regiment. I'm alone in the night, by myself, not a dwarf, not an elf, not a goblin inside. That girl had 7 determined little men working day and night just for her. Oh, sure, the queen gave her a poisoned apple. Even so, she lived happily, happily, happily ever after. A magical kiss counteracted the apple eventually. Though I know I'm not clever, I'll do what they tell me I have to. I want some happily ever after to happen to me. Winifred, maid of the Maya, has one simple and human desire. Oh, I ask for no more than 2 shoes on the floor next to mine. Someone to fly and to float with, to swim in the marsh and the moat with. As for this one, well, he'd be fine. But now it's all up to me, and I'm burning to bring it about. If I don't, I'll be stuck with goodbye and good luck and get out. And I don't want to get out. I want to get into some happily, happily ever after. I want to walk happily out of the chapel eternally tied. For I know that I'll never live happily ever after. Till after I'm a bride, and then I'll live happily happy. Yes, happily happy and thoroughly satisfied. I've been wanting to perform that one for ages and I never had an excuse. So that was my maiden voyage of that song, if you will. Yes. This next one, not so much a maiden voyage. Oh my goodness. A maiden voyage. But a beautiful song nonetheless, and normally one that people really like. So I'm hoping that this one will please certain people, because I've not performed this particular song since the very first Live in the Living Room over 2 years ago. So yes, I hope you enjoy it. This is from
I'm sorry about that.
a fan favourite, Les Mis, and this is I Dreamed a Dream. I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving. Then I was young and unafraid, when dreams were made and used and wasted. There was no ransom to be paid, no song unsung, no wine untasted. But the tigers come at night, with their voices soft as thunder, as they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to share. He slept a summer by my side. He filled my days with endless wonder. He took my childhood in his stride, but he was gone when autumn came. And still I dreamed he'll come to me, that we would live the years together. But there are dreams that cannot be, and there are storms we cannot weather. I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seems. Now life has killed the dream. It's a sad one. Very sad. But I'm going to pep you all up now with, hopefully, a nice up-tune learner and up-tune. Oh my God, no. Up-tempo. I don't have any words today. I have all the words just in the wrong order. So a nice up-tempo number from Lerner and Lowe's My Fair Lady, because I'm very excited. Andrew and I are going to see My Fair Lady in London on Tuesday. It was a gift from two of our friends for our birthdays. And yes, I'm very excited. I've never seen it live, never seen it on stage. I wore the VHS. I remember those. I wore that out when I was a kid, just rewatching it, rewatching it. So I'm hoping, I need to do a big clearing of my throat, but I'm hoping I can get through. I Could Have Danced All Night. Bad, I couldn't go to bed. My head's too light to try to set it down. Sleep, I couldn't sleep tonight, not for all the jewels in the crown. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting, why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced all night. I could have danced all night, I could have danced all night, and still have begged for more. I could have spread my wings and done 1,000 things I've never done before. I'll never know what made it so exciting, why all at once my heart took flight. I only know when he began to dance with me, I could have danced Bump. Yeah, I levelled up. I didn't practice that, did I?
You did not practice.
I thought, why not? I'm going hell for leather. I'm going to do all of it.
In fact, you told me I'm not
I
going to
know. I said I'm not doing that high note later.
Well done you.
Thank you. Yeah, let's have some comments.
All righty. Let me see if I can push the right buttons this time.
You always manage to push my right buttons.
Yeah. Right. Where did we get to? I hate men's standing ovation. Did I read that? Oh, by the way, I missed yours. I missed your waving hand earlier on, Mr. Shane Hampshire.
Hello,
so if you're
Mr.
still
Shane
with us,
Hampshire.
lovely to see you.
Give
We
you a
haven't caught up
waving
with.
hand too.
Yeah, we haven't caught up with Shane for a while actually.
Yeah.
We are due. We are due a meet up. I think.
Well, actually, we need to respond because we have their wedding very soon, and I haven't RSVP'd.
Dinah, this is
We'll
not.
be there. I
This
know
is
it's
not the place.
it's not
This is
good
not the way
etiquette.
that one RSVPs.
I will RSVP properly.
She's so uncouth. Right, Joe said, oh, he loves Once Upon a Mattress. And Rexar James said, The Lady in Red just enhances. Stars from Jill, beautiful from Leslie Hanscom. Joe said he loves a bit of Les Mis, fantastic, dear. Roger Stevens said, Les Mis, wonderfully sung, many thanks. Beautiful from Jill May. Round of applause from Barry and from Joe. Paul Watson said he loves Les Mis. Yeah, so it's a fan favourite, isn't it? We haven't been to see that for ages.
I know. Well, COVID.
COVID and money.
And money. Because of pandemic. So if you want to leave us a tip, feel free. We can go and see Les Mis.
She's shameless, isn't she? Absolutely shameless. And Joe said, I'm jealous. Have a fabulous time, dears. Can't wait to hear all about it. Is it at the Colosseum? Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it was our friends Richard and Linda. Richard was the vicar who took our wedding service, and his wife. They're taking us to, very kindly taking us to see that on Tuesday. Thank you very much. I was about to say Thursday. I'll be 2 nights too late. Alan Stikel said, if Bex had sung that last high note, she would have had to stand on a chair. Well done, Angel.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so as it's VE Day, we have done lots of VE Day shows. We've done remembrance shows. So I wanted to do something today. Well, I didn't forget. But I did want to put in a song that I thought covered both musicals and VE Day. So this next song is from my first ever favourite musical. Again, it was a VHS that I wore out. And before I was singing nursery rhymes, I was singing the soundtrack to this musical, like the stagey child that I was. So it was a Bing Crosby film called Star Maker, and it was from 1939. And this song is called I Wonder Who's Kissing Her Now. It was also a big hit during World War II. Kissing her now. I wonder who's teaching her how. I wonder who's looking into her eyes, breathing sighs and telling lies. I wonder if she's got a boy. The girl who once filled me with joy. Wonder if she ever tells him of me. I wonder who's kissing her now. I wonder who's kissing her now. Wonder who's teaching her how. Into her eyes, breathing sighs, telling lies. I wonder who's buying the wine for lips that I used to call mine. I wonder if she ever tells him of me. I wonder who's kissing her now. I almost didn't get that. Do you like that one?
Cheered everyone up, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, I don't know if the next one is going to cheer anyone up either. The next one is something I have been avoiding for approximately, at least 18 months. It was a request that was put in initially by Joe and Robert Miller, and then it was requested by several other people, and I kept procrastinating.
You?
I know, it's unlike me.
Procrastinating?
I know. But it's one that you need the chops for. And for some reason, I thought today when I have no voice would be the day that I should give it a go. So I'm going to do it my best. It's from, again, a relatively new musical called Come From Away, and this is Me and the Sky. Just let me prepare my music hand. My parents must have thought they had a crazy kid, 'cause I was one of those kids who always knew what I wanted. They took me down to the airport to see all the planes departing, watching them fly. Something inside of me was starting. I was 8 when I told them that I'd be a pilot, but I was too young and too short, and there were no female captains. And my dad said, be patient. He said, just see what happens. But I took my first lesson, came down from the sky, told my father I'd fly for the rest of my life. And I got my first job flying for a mortician in a tiny Bonanza, just a corpse and me. $5 an hour for flying dead bodies. I had to climb over their faces just to get to my seat. Then suddenly the wheels lift off, the ground is falling backward. I am suddenly alive. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly everything's changed. Suddenly I'm not too young or too short, and the passengers in the back don't complain. Suddenly I'm flying company charters. Suddenly everything's high. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. American Airlines had the prettiest planes, so I applied as a flight engineer. But the World War II pilots, they all complained. They said girls shouldn't be in the cockpit. Hey lady, hey baby, hey, why don't you grab us a drink? And the flight attendants weren't my friends back then, and they said, are you better than us, do you think? But I kept getting hired, and the World War II crew, they retired, and the girls all thought much higher of me. 1986, the first female American captain in history. Suddenly I'm in the cockpit. Suddenly I've got my wings. Suddenly all of those pilots protesting me, well, they can get their own drinks. Suddenly there's no one saying stay grounded, looking down, passing them by. Suddenly there's nothing in between me and the sky. Suddenly I've got an all-female crew. The news talked, it made headlines across the world. Suddenly it stopped, no one's saying you can't or you won't, or you know you're not anything 'cause you're a girl. Suddenly I'm getting married, and we're putting pins on the map where we've flown. Suddenly I am a mother, and suddenly shocked at how much they've grown. Suddenly I'm wondering how my parents would feel seeing me teaching men to be pilots. And suddenly I am a senior instructor, 'cause somehow I'm 51. Suddenly I'm flying Paris to Dallas, across the Atlantic and feeling calm, when suddenly someone on air-to-air traffic says at 8:46 there's been a terrorist action, and the one thing I love more than anything was used as a bomb. Suddenly I'm in a hotel. Suddenly something has died. Suddenly there's something in between me and the sky. think will come to comments so I can compose myself.
Hold on, let me just do that. Thank you. Right, yeah, I love Come From Away.
Yeah, we watched it, didn't we, on Apple TV?
Yeah, Apple TV, because do you know, it's one of those ones that I'd see, it was there in my peripheral vision, and kind of I wasn't sure, do I want to see this or not? So we didn't, we hedged our bets, didn't buy the tickets to go and see it in the West End or Broadway even, but we watched it on Amazon, and oh my god,
it was
amazing.
on Apple. I think,
Apple
in my
TV,
opinion,
sorry.
it was the most fine example of musical theatre. It was the best executed musical theatre show as a whole. The set, the scenery, the props, the makeup, the costume, the actors, the music, everything just worked and nothing stood out. It was just one piece.
It's not what you would call a musical either, is it? It's it really is a piece of theatre. So if you haven't seen it, and you have Disney, I think it's still on Disney.
Apple.
Apple.
My goodness.
Is it Apple?
It's on Apple.
Well, I've gone for Amazon.
He's gone for all of
Disney.
them. You can check all of them. Now, Hamilton's on Disney and Come From Away was on Apple.
Whichever one it's on, go and watch it. It is.
And when we get the chance,
superb.
we will go to see that live. But
Yeah,
I was hoping to see that on
100%
our
we will.
honeymoon in New York. I'd like to see it in New York.
Yeah, well, we have to rebook our honeymoon, don't we, at some point? So we'll hopefully go and get to see it like next year. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's the plan at the moment. Anyway, right. So back to your lovely comments. If I just have to scroll through. Okay, this is beautiful, dear. Never heard it before. That's from Joe. That's for the.
I wonder who's kissing.
I wonder who's
her
kissing
now.
her now.
Thank you.
Joe said he's off to see Back to the Future, the musical, soon. Can't wait. Have we seen it yet? No.
No, but my
Nope.
friend's the head of costume or head of wardrobe, I should say, on Back to the Future. But I don't use my connections very well.
She really doesn't. I mean, we're not. It's kind of a
Because
case of don't ask,
do you know what
don't
it is?
get,
I think
but-
as a performer, I don't like asking for comp tickets because I don't want to take money away from the production company that would take money away from the actors. I understand that's not how it works.
Yeah.
But in my head, there's some sort of chain.
As a shameless pauper, I'm quite happy to ask for complimentary tickets for things because, otherwise I won't get to see them. Right, so no, Joe, we haven't been to see it,
No.
but I've heard it's superb, and like I haven't spoken to anybody who's seen it who said they haven't enjoyed it, and the set looks phenomenal
Insane,
for
yeah.
that, absolutely phenomenal.
Enjoy.
So I would quite like to go and see it.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear your review of that.
Just dropping a little hint to Dinah as it's my birthday next week. And Joe said, "Oh my God," for
Me in the
Me in
Sky.
the Sky.
I finally did it.
Finally did it, yeah. Well, Dinah, was surprised. It was certainly worth the wait. You belong in Come From Away for sure.
Oh, wow.
That was absolutely... Could have been anything there. The comments jump about a bit. That could
was
have been
absolutely
absolutely flipping awful. That was absolutely fantastic. Thank you. Oh, no, it's done it again. Thank you so much. Would love a recording of Me in the Sky.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I did it some sort of justice. It is a character that if I had the chops, I would like to play it, but I think I need to age a little bit because it says that she's 51. So I've got a few years. Becky's closer than I.
Right. Well,
Just testing to see if she's still there.
yeah, I don't think she is. Right, and Rick Star James said, great song choices and beautifully sung.
Thank you.
Alan Steigel said, suddenly the lady sings beautifully a very difficult song. Smashed it, girl. See you at the wedding.
Thank you. And yes, I will see you, Alan. Thank you so much for all those lovely comments about that song because it really is one that I had to really build myself up. And I don't know why I picked this Sunday. I think it was maybe I had an excuse if I didn't get through it, but I don't know. I don't think...
the thing is, viewers, my lovely little wife over there, she keeps telling herself she don't got the chops for things. These are her words. So every time I bring up something, she goes, "Oh, I don't got the chops for it."
I talk myself out of things.
She doubts herself. So it's down to you guys.
Yeah,
Because
to
she
push
doesn't.
me.
She's not listening to me. And let's face
Try
it.
not to listen to him.
Let's face it. Who would? So, but she's not listening to me. So it's down to you guys to encourage her. A
Yeah,
little bit.
definitely. So get your requests in, and the more adventurous, the better. It might take me a while, but I will get there, and I will put the songs into a show. Because as we said, we are probably going to reduce the amount of shows. We may not be here every week, but we will certainly be here at least twice a month for the time being. Maybe more if we feel like it, and if you guys are still interested. But yeah, we're not going anywhere just yet. So as long as there's an audience there, I will perform.
Such a ham.
I know. And we are at the penultimate song. Yeah, the penultimate song. Again, one that's maybe a little bit more obscure, off the beaten track. Maybe not as many of you will know this one. A beautiful song, a really interesting theatrical concept for this show. It's a two-person show, a girl and a boy, and the stories are told from the beginning and the end, and then they cross over and go to the opposite part of the story. I've not explained that very well. This is from the last 5 years. This is I'm Still Hurting. Jamie is over and Jamie is gone. Jamie's decided it's time to move on. Jamie has new dreams he's building upon, and I'm still hurting. Jamie's arrived at the end of the line. Jamie's convinced that the problems are mine. Jamie is probably feeling just fine, and I'm still hurting. What about lies, Jamie? What about things that you swore to be true? What about you, Jamie? What about you? Jamie is sure something wonderful died. Jamie decides it's his right to decide. Jamie's got secrets he doesn't confide, and I'm still hurting. Go and hide and run away, run away, run and find something better. Like it's simple, like it's right. Jamie, bring back the lies, hang them back on the walls. Maybe I see how you could be so certain that we had no chance at all. Jamie is over, and where can I turn? Covered with scars I did nothing to earn. Maybe there's somewhere a lesson to learn, but that wouldn't change the fact, that wouldn't speed the time. Once the foundation's cracked, and still hurting. no resolution. No.
No, absolutely not. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. I didn't know that song until earlier on.
Until earlier when I said, I've never sung this one before, I'm going to do that. Because again, apart from I Dreamed a Dream, not one repeat. Because you guys deserve a new show every time we are here. You're investing time in us, so we should invest time in you to learn new songs. Even if that does mean that I throw the song at myself or Andrew that morning. So, do we need to come to a final comments or?
No, I don't think we do. There's just a couple of comments. So, Leslie Hanscom said, "Thank you both tonight. Really enjoyed it. You make a dull week shine." And Jill said, "Great show as usual. Thank you." So, I'm going to sign off. Say thank you all very much, and don't forget that the little lady in red here needs a little bit of encouragement sometimes, and that's genuine, because she does believe she doesn't have the chops. You tell me off when I doubt myself.
I know.
So if you can think of some choppy type songs, I'll kick you off. I'll kick it off.
Okay.
So I've always wanted you to do that Bjork song, Army of Me.
Okay.
And every time I say that, you say I don't got the chops for it. But you also said that you didn't have the chops for
Loads of songs.
What was the Tanya Tucker song?
Redneck Woman.
Redneck Woman. You said you didn't have the chops for that, and you've done that twice now.
Get your requests in, guys.
Get the requests in, guys, and make them, Don't let her get away with telling you she don't got the chops for it, because she does.
Okay. I've been told off now. Gosh. So thank you so much again for your ongoing support, for your likes, your shares, your comments, your tips, your stars, for being you guys, because you are the best audience out there. And lots of you were there live on Monday. We do have both Becky and myself have lots of gigs coming up over the next few months. Some of them as a duo, some of them individually, and some with Andrew too. Yes.
I've also got some sermon gigs coming up.
And yes,
so if
Andrew did his first sermon today.
If anybody wants to know how Greta Thunberg can fit into a church sermon, then come to Barking. I'll let you know when I'm preaching next.
Yes, we will post that too. So, as I said, thank you so much. I'm going to end the show with another song that I've never sung before, but I hope you enjoy it. This is especially for my Andrew, because I know he loves a bit of Barbra Streisand. This is A Piece of Sky. Thank you. Began the day I found that I could, from my window, I could only see a piece of sky. I stepped outside and looked around. I never dreamed it was so wide or even half as high. The time had come, Papa, can you hear me? To try my wings, Papa, are you near me? And even though it seemed at any moment I could fall, I felt the most. Papa, can you see me? Amazing things, can you understand me? The things you can't imagine if you've never flown at all. Though it's safer to stay on the ground. Sometimes where danger lies, there's the sweetest of pleasures are found. No matter where I go, there'll be memories that tug at my sleeve. But there will also to question, yet more to believe. Oh, tell me where is the someone who will turn and look at me and want to share my every sweet imagined possibility. Yes, I know each step I take. Papa, I've a voice now. Each page I turn. Papa, I've a choice now. Each mile I travel only means the more I have to go. What's wrong with wanting more? If you can fly, then soar. With all there is, why settle for just a piece of sky? Papa, I can hear you. Papa, I can see you. Papa, I can feel you. Papa,